Hey, what's up, internet? Mario speaking. Today we will be talking about Civil War, its themes, and well, the official themes just dropped, and we all know that this movie, mm, Captain America: Civil War, will be kind of Avengers 2.5 with all the characters in many of the characters that exist right now in the MCU, and um, because Marvel doesn't have all the movie rights to its characters, and not all of them, as I just said, are currently on the MCU, we will not have as many people in the story as in the comics version, but still, I think it will be very similar. Um, I think the events in Age of Ultron will detonate the Civil War, with Tony Stark creating Ultron and provoking the destruction of Sokovia. The US government, I think, will try to handle all superhumans, aliens, androids, shield agents, and technologically enhanced people. With this, the government, I think, will have the control in every situation. Well, all of them, and this will make the government to establish when, which, which hero or superhuman or alien will they use, and how to use their abilities depending on the situation. I think also the regret and kind of guiltiness for provoking the events in Age of Ultron. It's what will drive Tony Stark to establish an alliance with the government and to try to make things right this time. He will not be a villain, will not a very bad person, but he will be one of the main antagonists for the movie, because I think that he will be like, I'm thinking this is the right way and it's my way and it's how all the Avengers should work. And this obviously will make Captain America to disagree with him, because he believes in liberty and all that America stuff. And after Shield fell, he doesn't trust the government as he used to. And we also saw friction between the two Avengers in the last movie. But in Civil War, they will have completely. They will be completely against each other. They will be. They won't. Sorry, they won't be friends anymore. Like, they will be completely opposite. And okay, as I just said, the official teams just they have been dropped. And for those who don't know, Jeremy Redner, I think, Jeremy Renner, okay, the guy that plays Hawkeye, he just posted 3 pictures on Instagram, and we've got one with Hawkeye in a new suit. It's kind of purple with black, and it's a very new suit, and with a tiny little Ant-Man on his shoulder. And we've got other with both teams, Caps and Tonys, and the last one with a concept art for the movie with both teams fighting each other. And if you remember, there were some rumors that about the people on the teams, and I think we all got a lot of surprises. Okay, for Cap's team, we've got Cap's two best friends ever, Bucky Barnes, also known as the Winter Soldier, and the Falcon. With his drone, if you can see it, it's right on top. It's Red Wing, his drone. Well, in the comics, it's a real Falcon, but in the movie, it will be a Falcon-shaped drone. And also, as I just said, we got Hawkeye and the newly introduced to the MCU Ant-Man. And for my surprise, Agent Sharon Carter. We all know that she was supposed to be in the movie, but any of us, I think, any of us expected to see her in Cap's team. And for Iron Man's team, we've got Black Panther, The Vision, War Machine, and Black Widow. I think the biggest surprise here is Black Panther. It's very strange to think that he will be in Tony's team. Okay. Starting with Cap's team, it is logical to assume that Cap's two best friends will always side with him, and also Hawkeye to do so as well, because we all know that he has a family to take care of, and he always tries to keep them away from danger and every situation that might expose them to danger, as we saw in the last movie, the last Avengers movie, and also as we saw in Ant-Man's solo film. He met the Falcon, and as we saw in the extra scene at the end of the movie, he will try to recruit him for Steve's cause. And also with Hank Pym's advice and opinion on the Avengers, I think it is logical to assume that Scott Lang will join forces with Steve Rogers, especially because Hank Pym hates the Starks. The rumors were not quite right, as I just said. We all got many surprises. There is no Scarlet Witch at all. She was rumored to be in Cap's team, and as we learned in Age of Ultron, she kind of hates Tony Stark, just a little, and we all thought that she would join the Cap's team, because as we saw in the last movie, she joined the Avengers under Cap's leadership, and it's very strange to me that she's not in Cap's team. It's very weird, and this got me thinking, maybe she does not appear in the movie that much, or maybe she will have a very little role. The other thing that any of us expected is the inclusion of Sharon Carter as in Steve Rogers' team. We all know that she was his love interest in the last movie and Peggy's niece, but she wasn't that relevant for the plot, or even close, even a really close person to Steve. I think Marvel just swapped Wanda and Sharon. Which reminds me, in the comics, in the Civil War comic, Steve Rogers dies. Oops, spoiler. Cap dies because Sharon's fault. And I've got a question for you guys. Do you think that Captain America will die and Bucky or Falcon will take the shield? Right. Okay. And also, why is there no Scarlet Witch. What will be Wanda Maximoff's role for the movie? It's very strange that we didn't get to see any of her. And for Iron Man's team, we've got two strange members. The obvious one being T'Challa, also known as Black Panther. As we all know, he's going to be introduced to the MCU through this movie. We got a little glimpse of Wakanda and Ulysses Claw on Age of Ultron, but in Civil War we will have T'Challa himself ready to kick some ass. And as we know, he's the leader of a secret nation, Wakanda, with a lot of vibranium. And it's a very technologically developed country, and it seems very strange to me because, as Kevin Feige said, he was supposed to be neutral. We all know he's a very good leader. He always puts his people before everything, and it seems very odd to take part on a conflict that apparently Wakanda has nothing to do with. And we all know Tony Stark. Once he sees something that he wants, he will never stop until he gets it. Meaning that if he finds out that Wakanda has a lot of vibranium, he will never stop until he's got enough to make himself an Iron Man suit and to make some weapons. And as we know, Black Panther doesn't want anyone to take his nation's natural resources. His nation's natural resources for that kind of stuff. And why would he work with the US government anyway? They probably want to take over Wakanda for all its natural resources and not just vibranium. They need some liberty. And okay, I'm not surprised to see War Machine and the Vision on Tony's team. With War Machine being Tony's very good friend and a military man, and the Vision whose consciousness is based on Jarvis. It seems also strange from the very beginning the inclusion of Natasha Romanoff, also known as Black Widow, in Iron Man's team. She's Hawkeye's best friend, and she is really close to Steve Rogers, as we all saw in the Winter Soldier. We even saw her staying at the Avengers' new facility to train the new members with Steve Rogers. It doesn't make any sense. Why would she ever be in her best friend's opposite team? Unless she's playing with Tony by being a double agent. And as we all know, it's her specialty. Getting information about Tony's plans and the government's plans also, and maybe Black Panther is doing the same thing. It was rumored that Spiderman would appear as a member of Iron Man's team because he would recruit him after seeing Peter in action, swinging and shooting webs around New York City. And as an impressionable teenager as he is right now, he would join him with no doubt. And this would lead to join the Civil War and getting a brand new professional suit, but he doesn't appear at all. It's very strange. Well, okay, not as strange as Scarlet Witch, but he was rumored to be in Iron Man's team. Okay, I've got two hypotheses. I hope that I said it. Okay, I've got two hypotheses. Maybe Marvel is keeping all Spider-Man related information as close as possible because he will play a big role for the movie, and they have a lot of surprises for us, and also for our friendly neighbor for the next 6 or 7 years. And two, maybe Peter Parker will play a big but neutral role, serving as a kind of mediator between Steve and Tony, as if they were his older brothers and they were fighting against each other, and he's caught in the middle. And for me, it doesn't matter if Peter goes one way or the other. I think it's a very clever strategy to keep Spidey so close to Marvel's heart. By doing so, we just keep getting hype about his role and his future solo films, and it's going to be very awesome. Okay, and what about the other Avengers? Well, we know that Thor will not appear in Civil War because he will be in Asgard dealing with the Asgardian apocalypse, the Ragnarok, and Hulk was last seen on a spaceship on his way to God knows where, and he's rumored to appear, but we do not know. What we do know is that General Ross, Thaddeus Ross, I think, Thunderbolt Ross, will appear as part of the government people, but we don't know if we will get some red versus green Hulk kind of situation. And how awesome would that be? It would be really awesome to see a red Hulk. And does anyone know why General Ross's mustache disappears when he goes full red Hulk? It's kind of weird. He doesn't have a mustache at all. It's very strange. And okay, that will be all, blokes. Thanks for listening, and don't forget to check my page to write some comments, and that's all. See you next time.